be the change? Did you remember to look in the mirror today and say, I love you? Look yourself in the eyes, in the mirror, and tell yourself, say, I love you. I love you, I accept you, you are beautiful and perfect just the way you are. Another day. Esther and Abraham Hicks. Your desire for an improved financial condition. It cannot come to you if you often feel jealous of your neighbor's good fortune. For the vibration of your desire and the vibration of your jealous feelings are different vibrations. An understanding of your vibrational nature will make it possible for you to easily and deliberately create your own reality. And then, in time and with practice, you will discover that all desires that you hold can be easily realized, for there is nothing that you cannot be, do, or have. Be your own best friend. Look in the mirror, look yourself in the eyes, and tell yourself, I love you. It will feel weird at the beginning. You are enough. Just do it anyway. And jealousy is a different vibration than love. So yeah, it's a different energy. It feels different. Moment to breathe. A moment to center myself. Breathing in through my nose, pulling the energy from my tailbone all the way up my spine and all up and out through my head. Great, great Spirit, Father God, source of all things, the mysterious, wonderful, peaceful presence. Recharge. When the pace of life becomes too hectic, which often it does, we wake up in the morning, you don't even have time to look yourself in the eyes and say nothing. You just look yourself in the face, put the makeup on, get your clothes on, go to the next, then go to the next, then on to the next, till you come back home. You're so tired, you might not even wipe this makeup off your face. Just going to bed, sleeping, getting up in the morning, doing it all over again. Life. When the pace of life becomes too hectic, know to slow down. Breathe in. Finding inner peace, slowing down. Be mindful. Be mindful of the things around you. Go with the flow. Every time when you get up in the morning, you do have your mind, body, and soul. Mind, body, and soul. Priest. We have a priest. Body. A priest has enormous responsibility, put it that way. Like a priest, we have consciousness fulfillment. Recharge. Priest, consciousness fulfillment. I think, therefore I was. Mind, body, and soul. Mind, body, soul. Queen and King of Swords here. Wand, intention. So the priest, so many things can be said about the priest. But the priest is supposed to lead by example. They're supposed to be a channel for spiritual energy. They can facilitate spiritual vows, commitments to divine authority. They must represent the teaching through personal example. And I think a lot of the stuff that we see with the priests and facilitating has become more of teachings of ideology than actual inner transformation. Sometimes it can be a lonely walk. So also, if you're here and you're gonna want to be the change, it means not only that you are way ahead of all the rest of the people, but it means that you are going to step aside a little bit from what the majority of the other ones are doing. So now you're going to step to the side a little bit and be the receiver of the divine, which is different than to just be acting in the world in illusions, in your mind, being wrapped up in everything that we think about all the time. The pace of life becomes hectic. We don't even know how to slow down. We just go to the doctor and we get some pills for this, or we get a band-aid for that. Or internally, the priest is supposed to be a place where you can go and talk to, and they can facilitate, be a sense of divine in this world. But by stepping to the side and following your own path, which is the most difficult thing to do, but it's also the only path that we have as human beings. Like, otherwise you'll be coming back again and again until you learn the lessons. Lose your mind, find your soul. Thankfully, the divine is beyond our thinking. Manifesting multiple opportunities is a beautiful thing. Being a person in your community or in your family that can be an example of purity, example of kindness, example of compassion. Be an example of generosity. Be an example of someone who knows the value of having to do the work. If you want what the neighbor have, instead of sitting around being jealous, you can work for it. You can get it too. It's out there. You just have to figure out your way to get it. And then also, by doing these things, by realizing how much work it takes to attain certain levels of success, you might be more admirable to what other people are doing and admire it in a different way than to sit there and covet and be jealous and get into those emotions. Not because you can't do it. You can do it as much as you want to. You can do it all day long if you want to. It's a free will. But your days are going to feel very ugly. Like, it's not going to be a good experience to be in your shoes, in your life, and in your day. And then we have the consciousness in our physical realm, which the consciousness is, in my opinion, in a lot of people's opinion, the only thing that is important. This bag of bones or this body here is going to go back to dust. It's gonna die. It's gonna get tired and old, and the body is not gonna last for we don't only have a certain amount of time on planet Earth. So our lessons are supposed to be learned in those years so that you can develop your consciousness, going beyond the mind. Lose your mind, because the mind is just illusions. Think about it. Everything that you think about, you think you know this, you know that, you think you know this, you figure this out, you figure that out. It's all in your mind. It's all just thoughts. Thoughts are flowing through our minds, but they never last. It's nothing lasting with it. It's just thoughts. It's just poof, a little cloud there, poof, a little cloud there. And so consciousness is is. Consciousness is. And so with consciousness, the Buddha figure, when you choose this card, it means that this is a crystal clear available, there's a crystal clarity available right now. It's detached, it's rooted in the deep stillness that lies at the core of your being. There is no desire to understand it from the perspective of the mind. The understanding you have is existential, whole, in harmony with the pulse of life itself. Accept this great gift and share it. And you know, this card here is a Buddha figure. And it's like vast, it's like amongst the stars, and it's all blending in with everything. Talking about the mind is often, though, cartoon-like or troubled pictures, because the influence of the mind in our lives is generally either ridiculous, made-up stories, or oppressive. We come from the unknown and we go on moving into the unknown. We will come again. We've been here thousands of times and we'll be here thousands of times more. Our essential being is immortal, but our body, our embodiment is the frame, the house, the body, the mind. They're made of material things. They'll get tired, they'll get old, and they will die. But your consciousness, no mind, is something beyond body and mind, something beyond everything. The no mind is eternal. So if you receive the enlightenment, if you are able to find enlightenment in this world, you won't have to come back here and learn new lessons. And we have here with the consciousness card, which is the ultimate state of being. It just is. It just is. It's beautiful. There's no stress there. There's no drama there. There's no made-up stories there. There's space. And there is what there is. King of Swords. Trusting my ability to make a strategic decision. Strategic decision. Perhaps you want to be someone who can be a charging station for other people. Maybe you can be someone who can help other people find enlightenment. Perhaps you can be someone guiding people to find the next step in their development process on this planet. Perhaps if they just understood that, then they would jump up in their understanding of everything, and it would change everything for them for the better. Perhaps you can be a teacher of these things. Teach people how to recharge and be a charging station, like for the animals, for the plants, for people, for the earth, for consciousness. And it's difficult. This King of Pentacles is a figure here on this particular deck. It says that I am sure of my place in the world. And when it comes upside down, it might be not quite understood the role that we have. Like the role that we have is to find the consciousness, find the no mind, go beyond the mind, lose your mind, find your soul, find your consciousness. They don't teach us that anywhere. And I speak my truth in fairness to myself and for the highest good, I would add there, with justice. And maybe sometimes we are unfair when we speak about ourselves. Sometimes we can be very mean to ourselves. It depends on what kind of conditioning you got when you was grown up, when you was little. If you had always people chopping your head off, they always was picking on you, making you feel stupid, shameful, shaming you, victimizing, and doing all these things, then you might be continuing to do that in your adult life without realizing it, because it's just habits. It's just programs. It's just habits that you keep repeating them because they're there and you're not aware that they are there. So what you're not aware of, you cannot change it. But what you are aware of, you can change it. And so speaking in fairness to ourselves is a very, very important thing. I'm going to write that on my spiritual to-do list today. I'm going to write, I speak my truth in fairness to myself. And being fair in the things that happen in life. We have a fulfillment card. And it can be in a business trip abroad. Maybe you're going abroad for a business trip. Maybe an international conference. Perhaps you're acquiring a reputation abroad. Also, this card can indicate a successful culmination to an ambition or business venture. And so, being like a priest, you don't have to be ordained a priest in any way, but you can be kind of that type to embody the knowledge, to embody the teachings, and embody that with your behavior and be an example and be a light for others, but also for yourself, so that you can achieve this beautiful, beautiful state of mind where there is no more stress. There is no more, well, of course, life can get stressful, but the main feeling in your life is going to be that one of calm. It's beautiful. It's just like an internal joy. It is appreciation of things, being in love with life, being in love with being alive, like beautiful. And the intention. So whatever intention you have, if you have an intention of being a light worker in this world, good. That's what the world needs, more of those. We need more of those. Like we need so many of those, that the shadow and the anger and the jealousy, the rage, the oppressive, all that stuff, it cannot hold the power anymore, because we have so many light workers that are doing the opposite. And when the light comes on, the darkness has to, love has in it the power to conquer fear. And so that's our job. And if you choose to do that job here on this planet, that's great. That we need more of that. And then this intention card with the wand. Perhaps there is someone in your circle that those intentions towards you have been unclear. Or perhaps you are not quite certain how to proceed in a situation. Do not act blindly at this time. Consider where you're going and why. Where are you going and why? Find your personal motivations. Keep the intents and purposes of your own reality, and don't be swayed by the intentions of another unless they are in step with your own. And this is also saying, maintain your focus, so stay focused. The universe is waiting to act according to the decisions that you make, giving you the element of choice in the way you move forward. So the universe is waiting there to co-create with you. So keep your focus, keep your intentions clear, and do your thing. Be on this path of integrity and authenticity. Integrity, authenticity. Be yourself, be a light. Find that consciousness beyond your mind. Figure out what's going on in your mind first and foremost, and you'll see it's so ridiculous, and it's just made up stuff, and it's just like, wow, really? I've been living my life and making choices and feeling my life based on those things? Yeah, we do that. We do that, and it's very serious while you're in it. But when you're not in it, it's kind of funny. So once you see it, you cannot unsee it. Consciousness, the state of mind of consciousness, enlightenment, will give you fulfillment in life. Also will give you a modern priest-like capacity, but you have to go with your first and best foot forward. Be authentic, show integrity, and live as you preach. Practice what you preach. Slow down, be mindful, enjoy this ride, this beautiful ride that is planet Earth and life on planet Earth. The beautiful light in me, it honors, respects, and it loves that same beautiful light in you. And until next time, namaste.